State Senate District 36 candidates, incumbent Ryan Gaddy, challengers Republican Robert Mills, and Democrat Matty Preston. Mr. Robert, you said going into the break when we said, tell us about yourself, you were a little bit, you said, we have to get those real conservative principles back into office. And the guy who's in office is sitting next to you. Why is Ryan Gaddy not a real conservative?
Well, you look at like Mike Johnson's 7 core principles of being a Republican, and I'm just going to stick with that with individual liberty, limited government, the rule of law, fiscal responsibility, peace through strength, free markets, human dignity. Our real issue with this state government that we've had the last few years has been the rampant taxation, growth of government, and I'm into limited government and more personal freedoms, but with the responsibility that freedom requires. And
Ryan, are you all those awful things? Are you
a Republican in disguise, as you've been called?
No, I'll tell you, drafted legislation to shut down the abortion clinic. We saved the jobs at Fiberbond. We worked for 2 years with Graham Walker, kind of behind the scenes to fix roads and bridges. That's 750 jobs. So jobs is a big deal. Limited government, I was vice president of the Republican Party of Bossier when I was elected, and I didn't get to pick the governor.
Speaking of that, are you going to vote for John Bel Edwards?
I have decided not to say anything about the race because so many folks, even Donald Trump, have said stay out of this race till there's a runoff. And I am a Republican, and I think a lot of times when you jump up and you say I'm going to support this guy or that guy, well, here's the thing: if I win the Senate race, it'll be very difficult for me to work with a governor that I endorsed his opponent. Mm-hmm. And we've seen that happen. And the reason I've been able to use relationships to bring $100 million for the Barksdale interchange and to save Fiberbond is because I'm able to pick that phone up and make those calls.
Miss Maddie, there are 2 gentlemen to your left, both of whom claiming to be conservatives. You're the Democrat in the race. Is District 36 just not liberal enough, right?
My main concern is really not liberal or conservative. I have a concern for people in general. And when I hear people's problems and I see people hurting, I want to ease the pain. So I am a Democrat. And when I became old enough to vote, as you all had to do, I had to decide what party to go with. And I did go with the Democratic Party because I wanted to help people. And it seemed like the Democratic Party was more prone to the welfare of the people, helping the people.
Pardon me, is Mr. Gaddy not easing anyone's pain?
Well, as I campaign, what I hear are things like this. Women are paid 80 cents on the dollar, even now, in the workplace, and men are paid the full dollar. That shouldn't be. If I'm elected senator, my focus is to bring justice to women so that they can have the same income to support their families as men do. And there are other situations that I look at also. And by the way, the author of this bill that had to do with lowering the insurance premiums that was killed in Baton Rouge, I'd like to work with that author of that bill and maybe modify it, change it around, because we must reduce the premiums here. And
I promise we'll get into that heavily in the third segment. You can count on that.
Can I do rapid fire? Y'all, yes or
sure.
no? All right, we'll start with you, Robert. Would you vote for a measure to increase the minimum wage?
No.
Ryan?
No, I voted against it.
Maddie?
I believe that.
Oh, yes or no?
I would vote for that, yes.
Okay. Would you vote to increase Louisiana's gas tax? We'll start with you, Ryan, this time.
I voted against it. Probably no at this point.
Maddie?
At this point, no.
No.
Would you vote for a measure to require equal pay? Maddie?
Definitely.
No.
No.
Do you support the I-49 inner-city connector in Shreveport?
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds like a good thing, yes.